Welcome to the Echo Tips podcast.
Here's a sneak peek into what we're going to cover in this week's episode of the Echo Tips podcast.
Okay, so I can just stop it whenever I want and just add something to it?
Just ask.
Okay. Can you write me a story about balloons?
Interesting.
Actually, can you do Jell-O instead?
Sure. There was a boy
That's
named
pretty cool.
Caleb who loved Jell-O more than anything in the world.
Thanks for your interest. Would you like to be notified when a preview of my new capabilities is available?
Yes. Hello. Welcome to the Echo Tips podcast. As you could hear from our prelude today, we're going to be going into the most recent Amazon event about 5, 6, 7 days ago, I think, here in September, near the end of the middle or the end of September, where recent announcements were made about making our A-Lady smarter. That's right. Large language models, AI, making her more conversational, making her smarter with home automation, and even some new announcements about new hardware. Although somewhat disappointing, a little limited. It wasn't the typical like 15 things thrown against the wall, but we did have some announcements about hardware today. So we're going to take some snippets out of that and kind of delve into that today and see how our A-Lady may be smarter here in the near future. But first off, I'd like to welcome our new listeners who are wondering what they got themselves into. We'd like to welcome y'all. I'm the host of the program, David Ward. I'm an instructor for the New Vision program at Goodwill, based here in the Blue Ridge Mountains of Southwest Virginia, in the city of Roanoke, where we have our Goodwill Jobs campus and the New Vision Training Center. So it's good to have you all with us, and for our returning listeners, it's good to have you all as back. So I'm stepping back from a little bit of us delving into some settings and things that had surfaced about reminders and timers and other things we recently found inside the A-Lady app, because we had this brand new announcement, and many of us have been wondering, when is the A-Lady getting smarter, right? It's something we're really wondering about. Or maybe that AI technology will be brought to voices, and we get different types of voices, or different on A-Lady. Just all sorts of other neat things. And we've talked about skills such as Oracle of Light and other ChatGPT based kind of things on the Amazon Echo. And in years past, we've even talked about things called chatbots, which where you could have like a conversation back and forth. Very interesting. We're going to kind of see that surface in the demo today from Amazon's recent announcement. So before we get into that any sort of detail, and we delve into the weeds with that, and we may even extend this to more than just one episode where we pull some other nuggets out. But before we delve into this, we're going to go to a brief message about our podcast, and then we will be right back. This episode is brought to you by New Vision at Goodwill Industries of the Valleys, and also made possible in part by a grant from the Virginia Board for the Blind and Vision Impaired. New Vision is a program of Goodwill that provides information services and assistive technology training to individuals with visual impairments. Goodwill Industries of the Valleys is a nonprofit organization serving Central, Southwest, and Southside Virginia. Goodwill's mission is to empower individuals, strengthen families, and inspire communities. These shows are provided for educational purposes. This podcast may not be retransmitted, sold, or reproduced without written permission from New Vision. Well, hello again. And as I mentioned, this week we're going to be looking at the Amazon announcement in the fall of 2023 in September. September. So this YouTube video eventually went up. It wasn't broadcast, I think, live in any sort of form or fashion, or maybe with limited invites to that. But the video later went up about the announcement surrounding the A-Lady and about making her smarter with large language models / AI, which is all the rage in the media lately. And we've even played with it a little bit in past episodes with different skills and Oracle of Light and different things like that. Really kind of neat, some of the things that you can accomplish. But today we're just going to kind of dip in our toes into this announcement, just some little segments I'm going to pull out and we can comment on as we go. I know maybe people are wondering, when our A-Lady's going to get smarter? When's it going to get these new features? What's going to happen? How smart is it going to be? All right. So we're going to take a look at this recent event and listen to it here. And I'm going to give some kind of commentary as we go a little bit, maybe make some pauses, and we'll probably fast forward as well. Now, first off, if you have an Amazon Echo in hearing distance of my voice while we're doing this demo, or you're listening to I should say more importantly, you're listening to this podcast, you may want to shut its ears off because the A-Lady name is mentioned a lot in these demos, and your Echo at home just may have a stroke if it hears the A-Lady these many times. So just give you a chance to do that. And while you're doing that, I'll tell you that we did fast forward a little bit into the event past one of the initial hardware announcements, and that was the Amazon Echo Show. Really not a lot I feel like to say other than faster chips, more home automation, home hub built in with Matter support, better audio. That was about it. I mean, to be really honest, the one neat thing I did take away from it that I will share with y'all that I hope will be coming to some of the other Echo shows, at least the older ones, is the ability to kind of track via, I guess, eye gazing or where the person was in proximity of the unit, maybe using that ultrasound sonic capability to adjust the display in real time as to what's being displayed. So if you're all the way across the room, or maybe you can't read a 6 or 8 point font, it would maybe make the clock a little bigger and maybe kind of simplify what's on the screen, maybe just the basic weather report in a larger font, and maybe some pictures of rain clouds or something like that. And as you approach the Echo and get closer, it may shrink the clock down and display more information since you're closer, and it can put, smaller fonts up. So I kind of like that, and kind of interesting, but that's really the most I've extracted. It's the 8-inch Echo Show, brand new released, going to be around that same $150 US dollar price point. So nothing terribly astounding there, and that's about it. So let's delve in, though. We want to learn more about the AI and large language models and making the A-Lady smarter, and so we're going to get right into that with playing back this YouTube video. And the fellow who's conducting this has been in charge, I think, of this group for a long time, although he's retiring here soon. And so we're going to delve right into this. He's kind of wrapped up some of the comments about all the major cornerstones of the AI system and what they wanted to achieve, and now we're going to get kind of into the brass tacks, and we may fast forward at different moments in this to get to other good parts as well. Okay, so let's give it a listen here.
Now, today, building on these 5 areas, we're going to give you a look at a smarter and more conversational Alexa.
Yes, please.
Customers in the U.S. will get access to these new capabilities through a free preview on Echo devices that they already own, including the first Echo we shipped back in 2014.
Okay.
What I'm going to show you first is something we call Let's Chat.
Free
one of the
preview.
ways that these foundational capabilities come to life. And now, although we're really early in this journey, when I tried it for myself for the first time, it was as magical as the first time I used Alexa in the labs nearly a decade ago. But don't just take it from me. We let some customers try it out. Let's hear from them.
Okay, so I'm going to pause right here. He said free demo. That kind of implies to me that it may not be free going forward, and we know that these large language and AI models do cost a lot of processing power and money, and that's why using them in a regular fashion, you have to pay a service fee for that kind of stuff. So kind of interesting to use that for a free preview, but it does look like a lot of backwards compatibility, so that's probably good news for us all to hear. All right, let's continue and hear the demo from these customers.
Cool. That's so nice.
Okay, that doesn't usually happen. Well, I use Alexa almost on a daily basis. Well, that's not true. Almost on an hourly basis.
We have been using Alexa at our house for a really long time, probably since Alexa has been out.
Alexa.
Alexa, let's chat.
Hi, how can I be of assistance?
I need an idea for a romantic date night.
Sure. What are some activities you would like to do?
What is the best time to travel to Puerto Rico?
The best times to visit Puerto Rico is between April and October. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Yes, thank you for asking.
Okay, so I can just stop it whenever I want and just add something to it?
Just ask.
Okay. Can you write me a story about balloons?
Interesting.
Actually,
story about-
can you do Jello instead?
Sure. There was a boy
That's
named
pretty cool.
Caleb who loved Jell-O more than anything in the world.
I really want to find some recipes that don't have peanuts or tree nuts in them.
Are you allergic to peanuts or tree nuts?
I'm not, but one of my kids is.
Can you write us a poem about
That's practical.
love?
The following is a poem about love. Love is a feeling bright and true. It warms your heart and lights your pursuit.
Actually, instead of just food, make it about love for tacos.
Of course.
Have you done any dancing?
I wish I could, but I can't.
Well, why not?
I'm an AI.
I like that I don't have to keep saying her name.
I don't have to filter my words. I don't have to remove ums and ahs and pauses.
It is so responsive and so conversational.
The voice sounds way more realistic and way more casual. I like it.
Feels like she's a part of the family.
Alexa, exit.
Good night. Sleep tight.
You too.
So super cool what we just observed there. So I'm pausing again. Yeah, the kind of conversational mode, kind of very reminiscent of the follow-up mode where we can continue the conversation without saying her name. Very kind of interesting. I love the ability to kind of meld things together. And I think that where the rubber's going to meet the road is the interaction with home automation and other things. So kind of interesting. All right, we're going to fast forward here for a second because here they're about to do a live demo. So let me just fast forward to that and we'll drop right back in.
Alexa, let's chat.
Okay, so this is a live demo.
Hi there, what can I help you with?
How are you?
I am doing well. I am very happy to be able to help so many people every day by chatting with them. How about yourself?
Doing great. I'm happy to be sharing our latest innovations with our customers.
That's great to hear. Our customers are very important to us, and we're always looking for ways to improve their experience.
We'll get to that, but I have some questions for you.
Oh, that
We'll
one
get
didn't
to
work.
that, but I have some questions for you.
Sure. What would you like to ask me?
How's my favorite football team doing?
Oh, no, that one didn't work again.
How's my favorite football team doing?
Vanderbilt football is ranked 5th in the SEC East at 2-2. They are not ranked in the AP, CFP, or coaches poll.
Okay, let me pause here for a second. The conversation's just started, but as you can already see, the device knows my favorite team. I didn't have to say Vandy. It's been personalized for that. And the responses, as you can see, have started to be infused with personality as well. And just the little bit that we did there, we've already called multiple APIs in real time. Now I'm going to go back to the device and pick up where I left off with that sensor fusion I talked about earlier. And we'll tell you a little bit more how we do that. But let's just keep going.
Okay.
Do you have a favorite football team?
I'm from Seattle, so my favorite team is the Seahawks. 12th man for life.
How did they do in their last game?
They beat the Lions 37-31 in overtime.
That's fantastic.
Yes, it really made my day.
How did Geno Smith do in the last game?
He threw for 328 passing yards and had 2 passing touchdowns.
So just like talking to another human being, I was able to restart that conversation. It didn't lose any context. I didn't have to use the wake word again. And again, we called multiple APIs there. And you can see the results, the responses are very terse. They're very succinct. Let's keep going. When's the next Seahawks game?
The The next game is on Sunday, September 24th at 4:05 p.m.
I'm going to have some friends over for the game on Sunday.
That sounds fun. Are you excited for the game?
I think I'd like to grill. What are some good sides to go with barbecue chicken?
Some other great sides to serve with barbecued chicken include coleslaw, potato salad, or baked beans.
What's the weather in Seattle this Sunday?
In Seattle, this Sunday you can expect showers with an 89% chance, and rain is expected with an 89% chance. You can expect about 0.33 inches.
Okay, write a message I can send to my friends inviting them over at noon on Sunday.
This is impressive here.
Hey friend, it's been a while since we've last met up. Want to come over at noon on Sunday? We can watch the game and have some barbecue chicken and sides.
Send that to my phone.
I sent the message to your app.
So I'm going to pause it there. That's very impressive how it took and rolled up all those different kind of information from the conversation and then exported that via sending him it to his telephone. Very, very cool. Very cool. All right. Well, we're probably going to fast forward here again. Well, no, I think that's probably enough for today. We'll maybe extract some other nuggets here from this as well. But anywho, just kind of really interesting, very reminiscent of Enrolling and other kind of ChatGPT kind of functionality with the retention of what the conversation was about. Really, ultimately, like where I think the rubber is going to meet the road with this is that kind of ability for it to touch on other things, like interact with your house or send that message to your phone or other components like that, I think. So really, really kind of cool though, but a wonderful way to like triage information and weather, and he had grilling and cooking and then communicating with friends, and you could really see where that's going. I mean, maybe in the future it could send them the message without having to send it to his phone and him cut and pasting into the text message or something. So really kind of snazzy, kind of interesting to see where this goes. All right, so if we other items surface, we might cover that in a future episode. But then again, this is David Ward for the New Vision program. If you have thoughts or suggestions for a future episode, or something from the event that you really liked, hardware-wise or the like, and by the way, I forgot to mention there was announcements about Fire TV sticks that were announced, upgrades to that, basically newer hardware, better, yada, yada, yada. I think some sound bars that could be connected to the TVs and the Fire TV sticks, just basically that kind of stuff. So nothing really apart from the Amazon Echo Show that was really directly, I would say, A-Lady related. Oh, excuse me, there was some Pops, Echo Pops announcements. No new hardware, just kids editions with different types of like, I think cartoon characters or Star Wars or something on them now. So nothing terribly exciting in that arena. So if you have any further thoughts or suggestions, feel free to reach out to us at Goodwill Industries of the Valleys on Facebook or Twitter, or you could even drop us an email at Goodwill. I want me to get that right. at info@goodwillvalleys.com. And just put in the subject line or on Facebook or Twitter that you're trying to contact Dave of the New Vision program or the Echo Tips podcast with a thought or suggestion. Well, until next time, it's time to turn the ears back on your Echo, start practicing some of the many, many things that you've learned. And we hope to see here in the new future coming to an Echo near you. Hopefully we'll have some examples of that preview program here. We can actually demo for you or even hear from y'all about what you've experienced with the demo program when that preview rolls out. Hello, y'all. Just a real quick post-production note of a goodie that I discovered about how you can enroll to be in the preview program. All you have to do is say to your Echo the following command. Alexa, let's chat.
Thanks for your interest. Would you like to be notified when a preview of my new capabilities is available?
Yes.
Noted. We'll let you know when it's ready.
All right, well, there you go. It's that simple. Just thought I'd put that in here as an extra bonus for y'all. All right, back to the end of the podcast. But until then, start playing with your Echo, start using the different tools that you've learned. I'm David Ward for the New Vision program, and we do thank you for listening.
Thanks, Dave. Let me tell you a bit more. Let me put on my official sounding voice. Ahem, ahem. This episode is brought to you by New Vision at Goodwill Industries of the Valleys and also made possible in part by a grant from the Virginia Board for the Blind and Vision Impaired. New Vision is a program of Goodwill that provides information services and assistive technology training to individuals with visual impairments. Goodwill Industries of the Valleys is a nonprofit organization serving Central, Southwest, and Southside Virginia. Goodwill's mission is to empower individuals, strengthen families, and inspire communities. These shows are provided for educational purposes. This podcast may not be retransmitted, sold, or reproduced without written permission from New Vision. Phew! Thanks for listening.